Good evening and welcome to Nighttime Natters. It's the 4th of August. I don't know where this year's going, but anyway, it's just before 10 o'clock this evening, and at 10 o'clock all the lights are going to go out, I think around the world, to commemorate the start of the First World War, I believe. So I'm doing my Nighttime Natters early. I'm actually working tonight at Frankie's Music Bar down at Parque La Paz. I've had a very interesting weekend this weekend. Obviously, you know, you saw the camping video, which I've actually had to take down, actually, because in case some people found it offensive, because I did have a complaint about it, so I did take it down. And also, I made some new friends this last week. When I say new friends, you know, you meet people out and about. Lots of people coming to see my show, and meeting people through people who you know. And I met Audrey, my friend Audrey, from working at a place called Sunset Harbour. I worked there as a singer on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and she worked there as a waitress. And we got on really, really well. We kept in touch. Anyway, she came over and she stayed with me for, I think for 10 or 11 days, and the time just flew by. It just flew by. And I was privileged to meet her friends Claire, Wooly, and their lovely daughter Natasha. Now, I've already met their son Michael about a year before at Sunset Harbour. He was in the audience, and lovely people. I had such a really good laugh with them. They come and supported me and came to my shows, and just great. Then on my night off, went out with them to Parque La Paz, saw the lovely Tony Kay, and I got absolutely hammered with them. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to just have a laugh and whatever. I'm quite a normal person, where on a night off, if I am going to drink and whatnot, I'm going to go out and have a great time. It was funny. It was really funny, and there was a Scottish guy in the audience who looked like Rylan, but his name was Ryan. He ended up coming to a couple of my gigs and got up on stage with me when I was doing the Boy George shows, and just great fun. And then this past week, met a couple of people and met up with them a few times, and just nice. And they popped up yesterday before they went back to Liverpool. As you know, I love Liverpool, so anyone that speaks to me with a Scouse accent, I'm interested straight away. You know what I mean? I remember because I used to work for Gala Bingo. We used to be called Granada Bingo at Clapham Junction in Battersea, and I was a main stage caller, and I worked there for a while, and then I decided to leave because it became Gala. Well, see, the thing is, the Granada outfit was more like salmon pink colour, and it was lovely, and I used to be up on the stage, and I just loved it because it was being up on the stage. And then it changed to Gala, and it turned to yellow and royal blue, which was nice, but I preferred the salmon pink, as I would. So anyway, no, I left to do other things. I left to start my career as a professional singer. Anyway, when I left, you couldn't play the bingo for 3 months, and I do love a game of bingo. So I had to wait 3 months. Anyway, 3 months to the day, I went back to the bingo on my first bingo back, and I played on a Sunday, which was the busiest night of the week for the money, you know. Anyway, I only called up on the Gold Rush, which was £1,186.43. I won it all on my own, and I treated myself to a 5-day luxury holiday to Liverpool. And I just loved it, going around. So, as you know, I live in Villa Cilla Blanca. I love Cilla Black. So, and I love all the Mersey music and everything like that. So it was great. So when I met up with Lou, when he started talking to me, hey, you know, hello lads, and all that, everything, like calling me a lad. I'm 43 in December, and calling me lad. It was funny. It was really funny. I love the Liverpudlians. They're so funny. Anyway, it's been like that. It's been one of those weekends. But also as well, last night when I came home, as you know, lots of people have been trying to add me on Facebook, but I've got over 5,000 friends, though I have recently got 1 or 2 spaces. So this is what happened. I added a friend request from a guy called Gary Lovelock, and the name didn't really mean anything to me. I just said, didn't even mean anything to me at the time. Anyway, as soon as I sort of accepted his friendship, within 2 minutes he messaged me and said, I don't know if you remember me, but we met some years ago. Thanks for the acceptance, from Gary. So anyway, I was looking at the picture and thought, I don't know you. And then he said, oh, I met you a long time ago with a guy called Tyson who used to do promotion and all that. Now, it took me a little while to click, and then I said, oh yeah, he said, I was in your house, he said, with Tyson in the garden. And I went, that's right, we were drinking champagne. So he said, yeah, that's right. Anyway, then I looked at his pictures and I can't believe it, because the penny should have dropped with the name, Lovelock. He married my ex-boyfriend, Tom. So I said, oh my God, I said, that was in the house that me and Tom lived in. And he said, yeah, we spoke about that. And I said, oh great. I said, well, you know, Tom, I owe a lot to, because when I was going out with Tom at the time, I was a cocaine addict, and if it wasn't for Tom, really, he inspired me to get off of it, and his words stayed with me, and his words kept me clean. I mean, I did that. He was going to leave me in June of 2004, and I said, oh no, I get clean. And then I made a mistake, and on the New Year's Eve, I used again, and we had a big falling out. And then I went to Australia, and Tom was coming out then, and I used again 2 days before he came out. And when he arrived, I sort of told him everything, and he said to me on the come down that I had, because I had really bad come downs, and when he'd arrived, I had a really bad come down, and I was like vomiting and everything like that. And he said to me, Keith, I love you, he said, but I don't know who you are underneath all this. He said, but just remember this feeling of you being sick when you next go to use. And that stayed with me. And I was telling this to this guy, Gary, and he said, oh, great, that's really nice. And I said, yeah. And he said, I said, well, that's brilliant. And it was just lovely. And then, obviously, on the weekend as well, I got really drunk. And the next day I felt really, really rough, like I did when I was back on using. So I decided at the moment, well, I'm not drinking. You know, I said, like, my relationship with alcohol is over. I don't know how long that's going to last, if forever, I don't know. But at the moment, I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink because it just made me feel dreadfully sick. Anyway, I've got to get going. There's a program, the internet's going mental because there's a program called Dangerous Dogs. And, well, you know, there's dangerous dogs everywhere though, aren't there? Maria! Good night.